Coach, you guys just finished up your second practice of the season. How did it go?
It went better than it did yesterday. You know, we took a nice positive step today on both sides of the floor. That first day always gets to be kind of long, and guys have to learn how to fight through a little bit of fatigue, and I thought we did a better job of that today. So as long as we can keep taking steps like we did today, every day will be all right.
What's your focus the first couple of days of practice? Is it more review for the new guys and review for the veterans and showing the new guys the ropes, or do you have a certain thing you work on for every practice?
It really kind of depends, but our overarching themes are going to be toughness, mental and physical toughness, and then basically defense. You know, the offensive stuff will come with time, and we'll keep working on it every day, but it's probably, we don't emphasize it as much. We spend a little bit more time on defense this time of year than we do on offense, because over the last 6 weeks, when we can do our individual workouts and our team practices with the NCAA rules, we spend a lot of our time during that working on offense. So we're playing a little catch up on the defensive side of the ball right now.
Got a lot of new guys on the roster, and you just mentioned they've been working individually in the preseason, but how are the pieces coming together so far?
You know, I'm happy with the new guys. Quite a few of them are pretty banged up right now, and so some of them haven't practiced yet. You know, Cutler Finneman's got a little bit of an injury that's kept him off the floor, but he'll be back soon. You know, our new guards have done a really nice job. Bill Freeman, Jerry Dixon, and Rob Goffney have really done a nice job. They're still learning, so they make more mistakes than the guys who've been here, but they've got some talent in those three guys that will for sure help us. And then our young big kids are coming along, and big kids tend to come along a little bit slower, but this group is really working hard. So I've been really happy with how we've meshed together. Off the floor, we have great chemistry. You know, sitting with our guys at football games and whatnot, they really enjoy being around each other. We got to take that same chemistry onto the floor now.
2 practices in, is it weird being out there and not seeing Skylar Block?
Why'd you have to bring him up? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it is, you know, because Skylar had been here my entire career. You know, this is my 5th year, and it's the first year I'm not practicing with Skylar out there. Now, Skylar tends to be around all the time, peeking in on practice and seeing how things were going, but it is a little bit weird. But you know, when you coach long enough, you get used to guys that are going to come and graduate and move on, and you just get the next group and you start focusing in on them.
You mentioned injuries, and obviously you lost Keaton Moffitt last year. Is he 100%?
He is right now. He's playing really well. He's full go. He doesn't have any limitations. I know he's really excited about that, because he basically didn't work out or play for almost 9 months last year with his back injury, and so he's really excited, and that helps our whole team.
Initial thoughts going into the first year in the Northern Sun after a string of successful 20-win seasons, and you know, you've sort of created a culture of success for men's basketball.
Well, we've won a lot of games here. We're very proud of that, but quite honestly, at this point, none of those really matter. You know, those are distant memories, and they're great memories, but we really got to focus on the Northern Sun. We try not to put any undue pressure or you know, undue thoughts to our guys about the Northern Sun. We know it's a really good league. We know, you know, in our opinion, it's the best league in the country. It's very deep. Every game is going to be really tough. So I'm not putting a lot of thought into, hey, what could our record be? Where we end up, all those kind of things. If we just keep focusing, it's really sounds like coach speak, but if we can just focus on day to day, getting better and better, we'll be just fine. But it's going to take some time to get used to that physical and mental grind that the Northern Sun is, because the Friday and Saturday nights, you know, in a bigger, more physical league are a lot different than when we were Wednesday, Saturdays, and we really didn't have to sub a lot in some of those things. So we're going to have to create our depth early, but I'm excited. I think this is where our school belongs. I think our football team has shown that, but it's going to be a lot of work, and we know that, but we're up for the challenge.
You're remiss if I didn't ask you about David Maxwell. He's been kind of picked as a player to watch. What are your expectations for him as both a senior and then knowing he didn't have the season he wanted to last year?
Yeah, my expectations for Dave are really simple. I mean, he needs to be the leader of our team, which he's been since he's a freshman, and he needs to be the heartbeat of our team. And that doesn't mean maybe that he scores the most points or gets the most rebounds, but he's kind of the engine that makes us go. And I expect Dave to have a very good year. I mean, Dave didn't have the year he would have wanted last year, but I don't think people understand what he went through. There was a week-long span in the fall where we thought he tore his ACL and was done for the year. Ended up getting good news back, but he still missed 3 or 4 weeks. Then he came back, got a concussion, a couple facial fractures, missed a bunch of time. By the time Dave was practicing on a regular basis, it was basically Christmas. And it took him about a month to get going. And then, he was all tournament the last 2 tournaments that we played in last year, out in Vegas and out at the Black Hills. I mean, he played really well. And that would have been about December, mid-December for a normal guy. But he just missed so much time early in the year. And quite honestly, we probably played him when we shouldn't have, and he wasn't completely ready and back into the rhythm of things. But I expect Dave to be very good. I mean, he's not going to wow you with athleticism, but he's the smartest basketball player I've ever coached.
Obviously, you guys have started practice and you've unveiled the new locker rooms and the gym facilities. How do the guys like the new digs?
They love them. I mean, it's pretty hard to not to like what you see when you walk into our locker room and the way the Stewart Center is configured now. I mean, I wish I would have had an 80-inch TV and an Xbox and nice lockers and all that kind of stuff in my locker room. But that's really what we want. We want those guys to spend time in there together, become closer. And then there's a pride about our facilities that maybe we didn't have quite as much of up until now. But there's no doubt they're excited about it.